foot position is nice, if that's what they mean. Oh, what? that's okay. This might be the biggest change of them all. This might. Holy shit! Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Now today I want to talk about the remake again, which has been a while. Last time it was probably a reaction regarding their how to or their making of series, but I've only done like 1 or 2 episodes because I don't want to do too many reactions. The biggest fan of that side of content, even though it would probably gain me quite a following. But I don't want to be known for reactions. There's been some combat changes. I think the people that have gone to, I think it was a game event in Poland, then it probably is the same and it's nothing new. But for the people that missed out on that, then obviously you get to see what has changed. And for me, I'm actually very intrigued into seeing the combat because it was, when I played the demo at least, the Naris demo, the combat was a big problem for me at the time. I know I would have to get used to it anyways, and I know it's not going to be like the classic, but still it was very hard for me because everything felt too sluggish and too slow, even though you are untrained. Bro, even I'm untrained with swords, but I could fuck the nameless hero up in a minute. What is he doing? Anyways. Enough about me. But yeah, so they've done some changes between August and October, I believe. They'll show it up. We're going to react to all of them, to a little bit, I guess. I don't know if all of it is worth making a video about, but we will see. But aside from the combat, what I'm also intrigued about is the general movement. The movement for me felt that was the most annoying part of the game itself. Just the running animation felt like you were walking on clouds, and the turning your character from point A to point B, from looking left or right, would feel like you're sort of turning your whole fucking body like this, even though your foot is still in running animation. It was very weird, and I couldn't get used to it, and I was a little bit skeptical and scared at the time because I was like, lads, you guys are like a couple months away from release. This can't come out like that. Yeah, this is more the combat side, so I'm gonna put my critique in it if I feel like it. We wanted to take the time to talk about the combat. Since we first showed the game at Gamescom, we gave you the Naris prologue. We got a lot of feedback, especially about combat. In general, combat is mainly inspired by the original Gothic game. I sure hope so. We chose this deliberately and didn't want to copy a combat system from an existing game like many sword fighting games do, even though nowadays a lot of players are familiar with such systems. I get that they want to, I'm gonna pour my drink because I'm gonna fucking need it. I get that they want to steer away a little bit, use it as an inspiration, but make their own thing. And I know we don't really live in a world where options are that available. Like, you couldn't ask them to make a combat version for both, like, the classic or a remake version. But I was a little bit intrigued on how they would be able to implement the classic style combat into a remake, at least into, like, the graphics that this game holds. I'd like to know, how do you tackle classic combat in a remake? But if they want to do their own thing, that's also fine. I'm not really gonna complain about that because I'm of the opinion that not every fucking remake needs to be a one-on-one and it needs to be exactly as the fucking game. If anything, I hope it would never be, because Gothic 1 was unfinished at the time and there's a lot of scrapped content that they are at least planning to do. I'm excited for it. Anyways, enough about that. So they didn't want to copy the combat system, the actual sword fighting where you can choose the direction of your attack. I mean, we wanted to deliver a feeling that goes back to actual sword fighting where you can choose the direction of your attack. I mean, yeah, you have left and right attacks in Gothic. Does no one know about Q and E? Hey, yo, hold up. Now, the combat in Gothic is very complex. Hey, maybe it's because I've been playing it for years, but bro, it's just, I mean, maybe Gothic 1 controls where you have to use the control button and W, but hey, listen, if we're using Gothic 2 controls and it's left clicking, backstepping, and parrying, and left and right attacks, I don't really know what's so complex about it. It's not exactly a difficult system. And if you want to get into magic, just choose a rune and click a button. Alright, I'm not gonna say the combat is that complex before people get scared about it. Don't worry, it ain't that bad. Features a lot of different close combat weapon types, and our goal is that every weapon will look and feel a little different. Also, many combat abilities change. I also want to say that in terms of like the classic game, different combat weapon types, it didn't really matter. It all had the same animations. The only difference was one and two-handed. Whether you had a fucking warhammer or an axe or a spike mace, whatever. One did blunt damage, one did blade damage. One does armor piercing, one does not armor piercing. In some mods, one does bleeding, one does not do bleeding. It's not that complicated. Depending on progression, as do animations and timings based on your mastery level. I will say, indeed, that timing is always very important in the combat in Gothic, or at least what Piranha Bytes did at the time. I remember, which pissed me off a little bit, there was a review from Angry Joe Show where he reviewed Risen 3. And he did complain a lot about the combat, but he complained about it because your character was very slow. The problem that I noticed with him is that he was spamming the attack button. And I was like, you've done a review of the previous Risen games, so you know about Gothic. And you know that spamming your attack does absolutely nothing. In the Risen games, your attack combos do finish, but very slow. If you time your hits, then they'll be a little bit faster. In Gothic, if you don't time your hits and you keep spamming it, chances are you only do the first attack animation, and the second, third, and fourth attack, depending on your stance, never comes to fruition because you just don't time your attacks. So I guess that is the difficult thing, because also as you progress and you become better in your weapon skill, your timing has to go faster because you don't attack as slow and sluggish anymore. So yeah. Early in development, we established a team of designers, animators, and programmers that only work in combat. In that team, we can iterate quickly over timings and combat feel. Usually after we are happy with a certain feeling, we make the final animations by motion capturing an actor who's good with sword fighting. Enough of the preface. In your feedback and the conversation we had in person, it became clear that certain aspects need some improvement. Some of those we knew and had on the roadmap anyhow, but some others we didn't have on the radar yet. I'd like to see what the actual list is of the things they didn't have on their own list. Our plan was to be fully done with combat at the time of Gamescom 2025. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. I also don't know if they mentioned that it wasn't done yet, like a warning. Okay, but enough about that. We're gonna now react to some of the combat switches. I've already got the fucking pages ready to react to take a quick look. Yeah, but like I mentioned, most of these changes were already fully implemented in the playable demo that was shown in Poznan, Poland. If I fucked it up, I'm sorry. We are looking into which attacks can be blocked and which ones are not blockable, and an ongoing effort to further improve the AI in all phases from taunting to actual combat. We are eager to hear your thoughts and treat this always as valuable input for our designs and implementations, and we're still working. Okay, so this is August. Do we have the highest quality? No, it doesn't need to be the highest. Oh, this is the new animation. Okay. You do notice that they're using different buttons with their combat. Okay. I wonder how that translates into... I do remember about having multiple buttons on keyboard or something like that. It's been a while since I played the prologue demo, but you also already had like different buttons you needed to press. Okay, so now you're gonna have to get used to... Yeah, I do understand the sluggish animations that they're talking about. The problem is I also don't... I'm not that experienced right now because this is obviously the remake. I don't know which combat stance this is. This could be a fighter, this could be master. I mean, he's doing a twirl, so I'm gonna assume it's master. Whenever the nameless hero decides to do a 360 move, then he thinks he's a master in combat. Also, by the way, I'm sorry, which fucking sword fighter did they use for this? Because they're still very basic hits. Also, you shouldn't launch that much forward. You're gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna talk. I'm not. But yeah, they didn't just change the speed, combo, and timing. They just also changed the full fucking animation. I think this is master again because he does loosen up his hands at the end. So I just need to figure that out because I I need to know which the guys over there. By the way, there's like these 3 fucking guards over there looking like this fucking idiot is just swinging his sword. Who is he fighting now, eh? I will say though, one thing I do want to mention right off the bat, which is a little bit jarring, the sound of the sword. Because I don't know if this, first of all, the sound itself is already annoying. The biggest problem is if you end up in multiple fights and there's like 6 people at the same time attacking, would you like to hear this fucking sound 6 times over and over again? Because that is not realistic. I'd argue the noise doesn't even have to be that loud. Like, I get it. Whenever I'm sword training, yes, it does make a little sound, but you really have to listen to it in order to really notice it. Like, if you're busy in your training, you don't really pay attention to the noise of the wind. But over here, it's like the loudest fucking thing right now. Okay, but yeah, this is the combo triggering. We've got the combos are now only triggered when you press the correct attack button and not by just an attack button. So that's going to be a little bit different, I assume. I wonder how that works with mouse again. I've forgotten. Yeah. I don't know if I'm a big fan of changing buttons. I don't mind having it on one button as long as you time it well. And then use, for example, because now he's using A, B, and Y, but I would use B for dodging and that sort of stuff, or R1 for parrying, that sort of thing. I don't really use a controller that much. I do have one sometimes when I play games that need one, like Expedition 33, but otherwise I don't feel the necessity. So I wonder how this is going to translate to keyboard combat, because at the end of the day, I will play this with keyboard, mouse and keyboard. If anyone has played the demo in Poland with a keyboard, I'd like to know how that works. So the combo triggering. So we got the interrupt. I forgot to get the more fluid combat video out. I'm sorry. Okay. So I do actually want to say something that's away from the combat, because I do have to say combat looks much better now. Like, it's going to be more comfortable to win a fight, and it won't feel as frustrating. But again, I'm going to say it, the noises are odd. Like, this one had no noise. Like, in August, it's fucked. Like, but there should be more like a slashing noise against flesh. But it's like you're clashing against the swords, or you're hitting a metal pole. Also, I'm not really. You'll find that I don't really care a lot about the choices that they've made. Like, I know there was a whole fucking ordeal about the ore lamps, and people were fucking rioting about it. I couldn't care less. It's like one of the least problematic things I found out about the game, and it's the least things about to cry. And I'm not really going to cry about this, but it's very weird to see his spikes go up as he gets hit. Yeah, in general, I found the noises of the Shadow Beast to be a bit weird. The clashing noise against his when you hit the beast is odd. And the spikes, I'd like to know what the reasoning is for it to, like, is bro getting goosebumps as he's getting hit? Okay, we got interrupt build up, which was on levels higher than untrained, you can now interrupt with a dodge or block during build up or recovery from a hit. That is actually pretty sick. That's actually pretty cool. Now, I've always done interrupt in the classic combat. The reason why is because, especially for two-handed weapons, you attack a little bit faster. Especially if you do I think it's the fighter animations. I could just spam the first attack. Then if I hit it once, move a slight bit forward, attack again, and you keep spamming the same fucking animation, but way faster than if you were to actually play it out. Anyways. Oh, look at that FOV. Damn, bro, are we in Skyrim? God damn, that is beautiful. I hope it will make sense for Corinnes. Alright, so this is October. Either the possibility of interrupting with dodge or block during build-up or recovery seems to be RT from a hit. Oh, that's a beautiful axe, by the way. My issue is, though, is the interrupting just used as a remedy to fix your mistake? Like you're about to hit, but you notice that it's either gonna miss or the enemy is gonna attack. Or can it be used as a feint? Because so far, it doesn't really scream the enemy expects you to attack, so he defends, but you fake it so that his guard goes down a bit and you can attack him right afterwards. I feel like... I'd argue it's way better for reaction, so that's fucking nice, and it's a very nice addition. But I wonder if it's good. I don't think it's going to be used for feinting and attack. So I think it's just to like notice that he's about to attack, and technically you're going to miss it. Not that it matters that much, because in the classic that also was used to rectify a mistake. There wasn't a feint attack, although sometimes it could work. They would always, either skeletons would block or some enemies would just go backwards to try and dodge you. But we'll see. But in general, it's better to have it than not to have it. So I think it's a very nice addition. So the next one is dodging can now be triggered while blocking. I mean, I'd argue the Nameless Hero from the fucking remake is way better and smarter because he's able to fucking block for longer. In the classics, you don't really have blocking. You've got, I mean, you do have blocking, but you make it look more like a parry than a block because you don't really keep it on like a fixed position like this. Also, that's such a beautiful and tiny sword. I like the orc dogs. They look nice. Oh, not the old camp. Bro, where's he getting shot from? Boink. Someone just went, damn. Oh, bro, what have they done to my lurkers? Oh my god, that is hideous, fam. They made him look into... They turned him into fucking... Oh, what was the name of the lizard villain from fucking Spider-Man? Oh my god. They turned him into fucking crocodiles. They didn't look like that. You got the lizards for that. Oh, wait, is this a lizard? This is probably a lizard. But that's a lurker. What have you guys done to the lurker, man? Looks straight out of fucking Harry Potter. Again, it's a nice quality of life update though. It wouldn't have annoyed me because I don't know the concept of Gothic with holding a block and then wanting to dodge because we didn't even have blocking. We just had like a 1 second window of protecting ourselves. So yeah, we got the lock-on camera. I'd like to know what is the difference then. So this is the new one. I wonder how it works, because I will not have my character like this. I don't like off-center camera. It's also why I can't play games like God of War and such. I've never played them. And you know why? Biggest pet peeve, off-camera. If someone could tell me that you can center the camera, all right, then we're blessed. But so far I haven't played it because all the gameplay I've seen was off-center. And that's the biggest pet peeve of mine is I don't like the cinematic off-center camera in games. But they do have the option for putting in the center. Oh. I'd actually like to see what the... See, the problem is, I guess the thing that they've done is that it's a little bit higher, but it's like, this is a complete different area. It's also, the camera is way more zoomed out than the right one. Okay, next one is the sliding fixed. Foot sliding has been replaced with a proper animation. That's... Again, these fucking guards over there, what are you guys doing? Your foot position is nice, if that's what they mean. Oh, what? that's okay. This might be the biggest change of them all. This might... Holy shit. Yeah, I'm glad they fixed that. That is horrendous, and I forgot that was in the game. But the problem was that's the animation I was talking about. This also happens when you're just running around. So I'm gonna assume then that animation is also fixed. Don't know what... That fucking scared the shit out of me, man. Look at that. Yoink. That is terrible. All right, next one. That is very fucking nice. The added finishing attacks that complete combo chains and can apply a knockdown on the enemy. Okay, bro, you guys are just adding shit to fucking... Just don't turn it into a fucking Gothic 3 fest where everyone just gets fucking hit to the ground all the time. I hope the knockdown can be based on the strength difference between you and the enemy. Or maybe the weapon protection, that sort of stuff. Because it does say can apply, and right now they're just showing me the knockdown every time. But I wonder, like, what's the calculation for it to work? I'd argue that's fucking annoying. It's gonna be just like Gothic 3. Now I have to fucking walk forward again to hit him because I shot him all the way back. I do want to say, though, I wouldn't say realistic because he should be fucking dead. But this, what was it, the scavenger one? Just hitting him in the head does not mean he needs to fucking go 2 feet backwards. It's not like he got fucking knockdown enchant or knockback enchantment from fucking Minecraft and he's now able to go all the way back. I'd argue it needs to really be like a bit like Thoris or whoever you decided to hit, where he kind of gets knocked down on the spot, but over here he gets the scavenger gets, or snapper, I just keep saying snapper, scavenger, the snapper gets fucking yoinked all the way back there. That's a 2 meters, and now you have to go all the way forward to hit him again. It's just gonna be annoying, but it's a cool addition. It's a cool addition. Specific attacks can knock down the hero. All right, here we go. This is the Gothic 3 combat I was waiting for. That's... No, oh no. No, they're taking too much from Gothic 3. You guys can't do this. I don't want to be knocked down. I'm glad they're not attacking afterwards, though. Bro, the Shadow Beast, it's such a fucking annoying sound. They gotta switch it up. That's not real. That's not how he should sound. He sounds more fucking annoyed. Okay, but yeah, this is gonna piss everyone off. This is the Gothic 3 combat has returned. Oh, and this was the more fluid combat. I clicked it last. And then last but not least is the two-handed mastery, which added a new animation set for two-handed master. It was previously the same as two-handed trained. Okay. Again, I'm gonna say they gotta switch up the noise of the swords. Okay. Again, I'm gonna say it though, as someone that this is so odd. Granted, doing a fucking twirl like that is fucking... You shouldn't do that. If anything, I remember back in the day when obviously I used to fucking sword fight with my brother. This is a little bit of a backstory. It has nothing to do with the Gothic, but usually we do it fantasy-like, so we don't really care. We twirl around, we fucking dance like it's our last Star Wars fight. But I said to my brother, like, you know what? You fight like it's a life and death scenario, and I just fight like this, like a fucking Jedi, and I twirl around and I do random shitty animations. You know what happened? I wanted to do a twirl, got hit in the back. He just punctured me. Just one little tap in the back. I was done so. And then we wanted to switch it up. I said, you know what? I'll fight like a normal fucking human. You go around and fucking swing your sword like you're dancing for your last days. Go at me. All right? What happens? Tap him in the back. Slashed his back. Bro, there's no defense when you turn around. But granted, this is a little bit fantasy because you get these random beasts. But if you're going to do a twirl attack, at least slash it instead of bringing it down. That's so weird. Why do you turn around? You get all this build-up just to switch up your stance. Do it from top to bottom. You're twirling from left to right or from right to left, clockwise. But then you decide to suddenly switch it and hit vertical. That's gotta be also painful for your fucking back, bro. Oh, they're fucking statues. Brother, I thought they were people just looking. I'd like to know who actually did the motion capture for August. But yeah, obviously, this plays back to the fluid combat, where it's a little bit faster in general. Yeah, I'd say all in all, it's a decent update. I like it, and it's making me a bit more excited. I mean, I was going to buy it anyways. But I'm glad that they're at least updating some things. If I have to give my 2 cents, right now, the thing that annoys me, if I have to put some critical points, my standpoint at least, is when it comes to the two-handed movement, don't do this. Just don't. It also doesn't make any sense when you attack someone that's tall. Like, if you want to kill a meat bug, sure, do it. That's fine. But this position, also for your back, having to also just return back to position, brother. Like, someone could one-tap you again and you're fucking dead. If you want to do a twirl, at least do it that way and then do a stab or something. But don't fucking hit the ground. The knockdown, if you guys wanted to add it, that's fine. I hope there is some, like, poise or whatever the word is, like in Dark Souls, where, you know, the higher your armor protection or strength and that sort of stuff, the lesser the chance there is. Because if you're gonna tell me I've got fucking the ore armor and I'm ready to go to the sleeper temple, but a fucking wolf, if he does his finishing attack, still has a chance to down me, regardless of having fucking 100 kg metal plate armor, then we're gonna see, I'm gonna come eye to eye with you and gonna say what a fucking dumb choice you've done. But also the same for me. When it comes to finishing attacks, you know, if I'm wearing this, I'm gonna assume I'm not that strong yet. And Thoros has full fucking old guard armor, you know, and his strength is also probably pretty high if this is Thoros, because I can't see that well. I don't want to be able to knock him down all the time. I need to know the calculations of what causes a knockdown. I don't want it like Gothic 3 where a finisher or a special attack move like a twirl with two-handed weapons would cause all the enemies to fall down, get invulnerable, having to wait until they get back up. Bro, let me not talk about the Gothic 3 combat because that was... Alright. The sliding might be the best fucking thing they've done. Because this... I find it so funny, bro. Like, how could you just be like, you know what? Yes, this looks completely fine. Let's let's release the game like that. No, the sliding fix, honestly, yes, that was needed. This is really good. Might be my favorite one. The lock-on is sort of like, yeah, it's nice. I wouldn't have complained that much about the old one. So yeah, I guess if you center the camera, it might be harder to see an enemy. But yeah, I can understand the switch on the lock-on and also the speed and such. Then the dodging while blocking, it's like a nice feature. I don't think it's something I will notice myself, but yeah. The interrupting build-up, I hope feint attacks come into this game. It would be nice. Feinting an attack. I mean, hell, fucking For Honor is well known for feint attacks. And their first actual demo that came out many years ago had For Honor style combat. So, hey, you guys could have had it implemented already. Feint attacks, although this isn't really feint, it's just interrupt a dodge or block. But, yeah. Just, I wonder if this can be exploited. Just saying. This could be exploited in a way. Someone is going to figure this out. So, the combo, I'm indifferent about it. Whether it was one button or multiple buttons, I mean, I still would have kind of preferred just one button as long as it's well timed. I never found it a big deal of having to left click enemies and then sometimes Q and E for left and right attacks. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter for me. But yeah, all in all, it's a decent fucking change. I'm very happy about it. So yeah, let me know what you guys find about it in the comments down below. Sorry, I'm just tired of talking now. Yeah, if you're new to the channel and this is your first Gothic video, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of Gothic content. Somewhere on my channel, I've got a bunch of fucking Let's Plays. So go right at it. You'll have your fun. Be sure to subscribe as well. I don't actually say this, but I keep forgetting to say it. Please sub. Honestly, it helps me a lot. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Peace.